Welcome back to Couch Surfing Podcast, Episode 12, Season 2. Enjoy the show.
Alright, guys. Hope you like that intro right there.
If it's in there.
If it's in there. If even
Hopefully
makes
it
it.
is.
Yeah. We're back, Episode 12. It's getting warm. Finally.
Yeah.
Finally. This week was a little bit cold, but last weekend, I feel like was the first weekend of, like, summer for me. Or, like, summer vibes, the feeling of it and stuff.
Do I look tanner?
Yeah, you do. I was about to say, your face looks tanner.
Well, I got something to show you. I got a nice farmer's tan.
Oh, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. It's coming in. It is coming in.
So, been outside in that heat. It's been hot for sure the last week and a half. Today cooled off. Tomorrow's supposed to be nice.
Yeah, it was.
We got like, I'd say another 2 or 3 weeks of spring here in Virginia Beach until we turn into muggy hot summer.
Yeah, so let's see. Next week's gonna be 70s. It's gonna be high 70s. For the month of May, they're calling mid to high 70s for the whole month.
Yeah, I'd say month of May will be like springish and then hot toward the end. And then
A lot
June,
of rain. A lot of rain lined up
yeah.
in May.
For
A lot
sure.
of rain. June comes in. They're showing sunny and 80.
It's going to be hotter
It's
than
gonna
80.
be hot. I'm gonna be sweating.
Yeah.
So, just got back from Outer Banks down there. I was down there with my company. So I do wish it was warmer down there. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold and windy.
Yeah.
It was like 60 and windy. It was a cold wind.
Yeah.
But you should have seen this house. This house was ridiculous.
What color was it?
Like tan or something, dude. But I mean, it was just a massive ass house, like so freaking big. And that's just like the view from it. But they got a pool. I think it was 20. Let's see. It slept 25 people.
Uh-huh.
There's like 25 beds, 18 bedrooms.
Bro, those houses
It's like a
there are
compound.
literally like mini hotels.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
boutique hotels.
Yeah. I think it cost us.
Sort of.
We're still kind of in the off season down there.
Yeah.
So the off season price, I think it cost us $8,000.
For a week.
Yeah, for the 1 week, $8,000.
Yeah, it's not.
But they said the on like during season it's like $20,000.
Imagine.
It's like 18 to $20,000 for on season. Fuck. So, and that's every week.
20 grand a week.
Yeah, dude.
Exactly.
Every
That's
week
crazy.
you're pulling in $20,000.
If it sells for the week.
And a lot of them, dude.
A lot of them are booked all summer
A
long.
lot of them are already fucking booked all
From-
summer.
Memorial Day to Labor Day. Some of them are booked past. Some of them get booked probably weekly year round at like $20K a year.
Yeah.
Or $20K a week.
So,
That's disgusting.
yeah, but game room,
Pool, ping
pool,
pong.
hot table ping pong, bar, massive couches and TVs, the dining room that sat all 25 people at it.
Did you guys have 25 people?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was crazy. It was for team bonding and team building.
Heck yeah.
It's called Compass.
Compass.
That's what it's called. That's what we call it. But it's pretty much first night we got down there in the afternoon, just drank, then got food and stuff, and Thursday went golfing, and then ropes course, and then putt, and then dinner. And then Thursday was like all day like team building, like bonding, like talking about where we want the office to go, how everyone's doing mentally, physically, like stuff like that, just the general stuff. But it was good.
No, it sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. And the company does
And you
that.
got paid.
Yeah, and I got paid for the whole week. And I didn't spend a single dollar down there. Yeah, that actually a lot. I paid to play golf. And golf was very expensive. It was like $60 to play 9 holes. It was
Wow.
It was
$100?
$100 to pay 19. We played the front 9, and actually the best
18?
Yeah, play 18, but we played the front 9, and had the best game of golf I've ever had. Somehow, don't know how.
Everyone's like, Benton.
Dude, it's like my 3rd time playing golf. Like, I don't play golf, and everyone did not believe me.
Bro, I did not play good by any means. Like, I played bad, but I played with my brother, and I played a lot better than I thought I was going to play. But
everyone was just like, bro, Benton, you're lying to us. I'm like, I promise you I'm not. Like, I just keep the head flat and hit it. And that's just what I did a lot of times. And they're like, bro, like, if you just played all the time and stuff, like, you'll be the best in the office. I go, yeah, no, I'm not playing. Fuck that. Like, I'm not paying all this money, because I never a fat golf is expensive sport.
Yeah.
Just one to start it, to get all the clubs and bags and balls and all that, like gear wise. And then you got to pay to play every single time as well.
Or be a member.
Yeah, a member.
Like
I'm not looking for a membership or anything like that. Look, the course we played at was a very nice course. I mean, it was the nicest one probably in the Outer Banks. Or maybe the second nicest. Because I'm trying to think, I played at Red Mill down the street before. And that was like, I think, to play 19, it was like $40.
Yeah, probably.
Well, that's easy. Whatever.
Yeah.
$40 to play 18. That's 4 hours, paying $10 an hour. Yeah, that's cool.
Bro, we played, I want to say, somewhere like 18 for like $20.
Really?
Yeah, that's cheap.
Damn.
It was a shitty course.
Holes in the ground.
Holes in, just like literal.
Just divots all over the place, and people just digging holes just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, but I don't know. I like golf. I don't like golf. Yeah, like, it is.
It's like fun, but at the same time, it's not that fun.
Yeah, it definitely. I would never go golfing by myself, ever.
I don't think I could either.
I would never do it. I would never go up by myself ever. I don't know how Richard does it. Like, I would never go up by myself. I'm sure it's therapeutic to some people for sure. But I would only go golfing with certain people, and I would only, like, if I know I'm gonna be in someone's cart that, like, I want to be, or in their group and stuff.
Yeah, I just, like, I'm not good enough to play at any fun courses, and, like, it's no fun not being good at a, like, nice course. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think the first time we played 9 holes, and I lost 18 balls.
Yeah.
I literally lost a ball at every, like, fucking, like, 2 balls at every hole.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Dude, it's terrible.
But yeah, no, golf was fun, and we were down there, and I mean, it was just crazy, some of these houses, how big they are down there, and they're building new ones and stuff. I mean, it's just massive. There's a house down there called the Chesapeake, owned by Twitty. Big real estate, not really real estate, rental, like, company. Which I also wonder, like, if they own a lot of the houses down there.
Right, they probably do at this point.
I was gonna say, I bet you over the years they've just bought houses from people and stuff. Right. And now the company's just, like, banking.
If they own those houses, they are wealthy as
they own the land. Oh my god. But yeah, there's a place called the Chesapeake. It's all the way down in the 4x4. Sleeps 50. Sleeps 50 people. Has 2 kitchens. Industrial kitchen. Restaurant kitchen stuff. Like, the appliances are restaurant.
Yeah.
Restaurant appliances in this kitchen. And, like, every bedroom has a bathroom, like, full bathroom and stuff. There's a massive, like, pool, 0 gravity, and then a massive cabana and stuff. It's marketed for corporate events and weddings, is literally what the pictures are.
Yeah.
But it has 4 massive tables that each fit, like, 25 people at each table.
And there's that many rooms?
Yeah.
It sleeps 50.
Yeah. I mean, well, it said, like, sleeps 50 very comfortably.
Very comfortably.
Like pretty much everyone can have like their own bed.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Did you see it?
Yeah, dude. Well, I started looking at photos, and like the on the website for it, they have 126 photos. So I got to like photo like 30.
Well, that's because the place is so big.
Dude, it's massive.
Bro, I go on Zillow and I look at massive houses.
I'll pull it up for you later.
Yeah.
Before you leave, but yeah, no, it's insane how big his house
imagine.
is down there. But yeah, no, it was great down there, and got to be with everyone in my office. Catch up and talk to them and stuff. So no, it was a blast. I got to do that.
For sure.
But we got a little update on the Elon Twitter. I know last time I think we posted, we talked about how Elon had his offer, and I believe he had presented them an offer for, I believe it was $53 a share was his offer to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like back and forth of like, I don't know if they're gonna do it, maybe not. And it looks like they're going through with it. It looks like what's the big bank or something, Morgan Stanley or something. Morgan Stanley's helping them out, and something global or Insight something is like another. There's like 3 investment like banks that are gonna help them out with it.
Yeah. That's sort of interesting though. Like, so does that mean that there's investment banks?
I think he is. I think he is. The way he's like fronting the money is like putting his stock as like
his
collateral.
Own investment as collateral.
Yeah, and that's how he's like getting the money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. Yeah, but he owns about 70% of the electric car company that's valued more than $1 trillion anyway, and SpaceX.
Yeah.
So, literally the article ends with, "It's unclear how much cash Musk has."
Dude, that's what I mean. Like, when I looked up his net worth, it was like under $300 billion.
It's $279 billion.
Bro, like, I'm not so sure.
I don't know, but it looks like he's gonna buy it out. So my question is though, like, so I have Twitter stock. So now, am I gonna lose on my Twitter stock? Do I get like just a payout or something from it, or is Twitter stock still gonna be trading? Or
to be honest, I have no idea.
Because if he takes the company private, what happens? Can you?
I have no idea. Probably not.
Can you take a public company private?
I mean, maybe. I have no idea, honestly. Maybe. I never really dealt with things like that.
Well, he talks about how freedom of speech, is absolute. Like, that's like his main like reason for doing this, because he wants the freedom of speech, and they even brought up Donald Trump.
Really?
And how he should be on there. That's not fair.
It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see like what happens. Like, okay, like you got it, but like what's he gonna do? Fire all the employees? Like start from scratch?
I don't know.
Because all those, I don't want to say all, but like those employees were there for what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. It'd be interesting, and some people may just leave or something, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting what happens over this year. It won't. Nothing will really get done. Start probably till like end of the year. Next 6 months, there's just gonna be big transition stuff. And,
yeah, it'll be interesting. Because he just spent.
But his total number for the buyout is $44 billion.
$44 billion, and now you have to basically almost restructure a company if you, like, I don't know what does he just want to buy? Like, clearly he wants to do something with it, right?
Yeah, I don't know what he wants to exactly do.
Like, he must have a vision, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
he hasn't fully come out to say, like, what the hell is he going to do with it all, but it is interesting. It really is. Because,
I don't know if I said this last time, I might have, but using his satellite Starlink to link up with Twitter software to get it, like, because he has so many satellites, then it's decentralized over those satellites. So if they wanted to take down Twitter, it could pose as a sort of network security effect, in the sense that, like, if each satellite is sending out signals of Twitter, like, imagine you can't shut that down as easily as, like, right now Twitter's just an app.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know how all that tech and stuff would work into it, but maybe he's got ideas with stuff like that.
Maybe.
Or, because it just seems like, I don't know. I definitely think it is a free speech thing, but I think there's more to it than that.
Yeah. No, I'm sure that he has a lot planned.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, it'll be interesting to see what happens, though.
It is, and I don't know, it's just crazy.
Best investment of all time?
It's just crazy. What if he just buys it and then he turns it off? he just bans everyone. It's actually only for Trump now. What if he sells it to Trump? Or what if he just gives it to Trump? Or just pushes ownership over to Trump?
I don't know.
I'm trying to I'm brainstorming the craziest things that could happen.
Uh-huh.
What if he just buys it and then just gives it to Trump, or like gives it to Trump to run it as like CEO?
He buys it and then he says, "All right, I'm gonna employ every American." He's like, and then I'm gonna give everyone $1.
Oh my god, dude! Speaking of that, there's this guy on TikTok posted a TikTok and said, you know, I could pay off my car right now if 80,000 people Venmo'd me $1, or if 40,000 people Venmo'd me $2 or something like that. And he put his Venmo in there, and it happened.
Oh yeah,
people have Venmo'd $1. He's gotten like $100,000.
That's what I mean, dude.
Venmo, and he paid it off. So then someone duetted it and was like, you know, this brings up an interesting fact. Like, what if there was just everyday, like, a random lottery thing where someone was picked and, like, now all your debt is paid, whatever you have, like, at that time or something. Like,
yeah.
Boom. Guess what? You got chosen, like, your house paid off, your car's paid off, any of your debt stuff paid off. Like, see ya.
Yeah.
And then the next day, now that person, like, I don't know.
No, like, imagine, and, like, I'm sure that this has either already happened or is, like, going to happen. But, like, an app where it's like the lottery, right? Someone goes and gives $20 for a lottery ticket for the chance to win X amount of dollars.
Yeah, $1 million.
All those dollars until somebody gets it add up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're saying, like, an everyday thing, if you could get enough people to actually do it,
yeah,
like, you could just have an app where nobody has to take any money out of it because it'd just be going all the time.
And then someone else duetted that one. The guy explaining it and said, and that was just like a funny joke or riddle story type of thing where it was like, I'm trying to think what it was. Pretty much like, I wanted someone to paint my house, so you come to paint my house, and it's $100. So I give you $100, but you have a debt of $100 with the bread maker. So now you go take that $100 and give it to the bread maker. But the bread maker has also a debt with the shoe cobbler. So he goes over to the shoe cobbler of $100, gives that to him. And the shoe cobbler has a debt with, like, this fisherman. The fisherman, you know, gives the $100 there. And then that fisherman has a debt with me. And he gives the $100. Now it's back.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Is that kind of weird to think about? Like, you pretty much, the $100 I just gave to everyone paid off everyone's debt, and it came back to me now. I still have $100.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
That's how money works.
Oh, man. I don't know.
It's weird.
I know.
Somebody help us understand it.
I just don't understand it, man. I just don't get it. It's hard to get it. Also, I've had a piece of sand in my eye. Well,
all week.
Dude, I had two, like 1 grain in this and 1 grain in this, and I finally last night got this one by taking the hose and shoving it in my eyeball, opened up, and like literally doing this, like looking around. It finally came out. It feels great. And now I still have this one, and dude, it's like not coming out. It's like literally like back.
Oh my
back
god!
in here, like back, and it's like embedded.
Ooh.
And then I can just feel it like every time I look, it's just scratching, scratch. I'm like, ah, and I can't get it.
Did you try the hose thing?
Yes, it's deep.
It's deep.
It's deep, man. It's really deep.
You're gonna have to get a patient first or velocity or something.
It reminds me of this old lady who wears contacts, and something was bothering her eye or something, and like loss of contact, something like that is what she had said. That's probably what it was. And they had a surgery or something to go back behind her eyeball, like to get something, and they pulled out like 30 contact lens out the back of her eyeball that had just been back there.
That's so
just
weird.
Over years of time and stuff. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Isn't that crazy?
It's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's like
right?
similar to like going in your attic and finding like a whole bunch of shit, like just in like a random place. Like that's kind of weird to think that it's in her
UK surgeon finds 27 missing contact lenses in woman's eye. This is in 2017.
That's wild.
Literally a stack.
Holy moly, that's gross.
Is that insane?
Where her eye was probably like bulging out with 27 of them in there. Can you imagine? That's crazy.
She probably had X-ray vision.
Where she literally had eyes in the back of her head.
Oh my god. So, yeah, interesting stuff. Speaking of having the eyes in the back of your head, sometimes when people ingest substances of certain properties and chemicals,
the eyes go back in their head.
They sometimes feel like people are watching them. And in Florida, where else?
Nowhere else but Florida.
Or Cali. It'd be one of those, but it's definitely Florida on this one. Florida, a bride and groom are charged with lacing their wedding food with cannabis. Which they said, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell any of the guests that everything was going to be fucking laced with weed.
Yeah.
And people were like flipping out, going to the hospital. Like, like some people had some really bad, just like trips. Because, I mean, yeah, like if you don't know that you're taking weed and now you're like, what the hell is going on?
You feel weird.
Yeah, you're like, you're not in the right mindset. You're mentally not prepared
to
be what the hell's going on. So your body and mind are very disconnected. So, but yeah, they got charged with it. Well, actually, I don't think they got charged. I think it was actually the catering company. They got charged, actually.
Really? Mm-hmm. I thought that it was both the bride and the catering company.
Oh, JK, the bride and the catering company, yes, have been charged with negligence in delivering marijuana, anti-tampering act and stuff.
Yeah. Nothing that I would want to get tangled up in. I'm surprised that they did it like that. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand like
having station,
that, like,
one station of a table of like brownies or something like that. I'd be like, bitch, these are fucking teas.
Or like, I mean, if they wanted like a table of like, let's say, I don't know what they were serving, but let's just say it was pasta. Table of infused pasta, a table of non-infused, like whatever foods, and just make sure everyone's clear. Like, I don't know why you would do it to like surprise people.
Yeah, it's no.
That just doesn't.
That's fucking.
That seems wrong.
That's evil. That's not good.
Yeah.
Drugging people is wrong. Like,
drugging people is not okay.
I mean, sometimes. I mean, I will. Have I poured maybe, or put a little, what's it called, Advil PM into Steven, and I think it was Joe freshman year. Well, I guess they didn't know about this, but they kept talking about lean. So I brought out NyQuil. Put like a shot of NyQuil in each of their drinks. I was like, drink it up, boys. And let me tell you, within 1 hour into the party, I found him in like the back room, like just out. Such a sleep. It was so funny. That is too funny. Remember. Oh man, that was a really good story. Yeah, I was stretching. They kept talking about like we gotta get lean. Like I'm like, all right, this ain't codeine, but like, shit. Right? Yeah, they were just knocked out, tired. Oh that's man, too funny. But I also wonder like, how much does it cost? Also, if they're infusing, because there's a lot of food. Now I'm guessing, obviously, maybe. I guess the easiest way to do it would be maybe a non-flavored, like cannabis oil that you kind of drizzle all over it all, like you mix it. But like, I mean, if they're doing kind of like butter and all that stuff, I mean, that's just a lot
it's ridiculous the amount of things that you can do to extract and then have to infuse however you want. So like, they could have done such a variety of different things. Yeah. Like, they could have made tinctures that they like basically is just like super, super potent, so they could do like a little drop per thing, or like it's ridiculous. But
some wedding, like there was a mason jar like full of joints or something like that before, like on like a side like back table or something like that. Mm-hmm. People want they can, but
yeah, no, I'm sure it was a lot of if it was getting people that high, and like, I don't know how big the wedding was, but if... Neither do I. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of... It's
a lot of money is what I was thinking about, too.
Views, for sure. Yeah, weddings are expensive as it is.
Some guests reported feeling stoned, ill, and high, weird, tingly, fidgety, paranoia, extremely dry mouth.
No, literally it sounds like the person who wrote the article literally just wrote down the symptoms of smoking weed.
She felt paranoid and believed her husband wasn't telling her the truth about other family members.
Can you imagine that?
And that her son-in-law had died and no one was telling her.
Bro, that's wild. She had a real trip.
She had put marijuana in the olive oil. Interesting. And then that's all it's still developing.
Dang.
People are crazy, bro.
People are crazy.
People are batshit.
I guess that we're not doing that at your wedding.
You can bring it a veto. Bring it a veto that. Yeah, probably not on that one.
We'll infuse everything with alcohol.
Yeah. No, that's already happened. That's already happening. Don't you worry.
And magic mushrooms.
Now that seems like a damn disaster.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine people... There's one thing being high. You imagine I mean, there's one thing of like making people get high or something like that, or I guess tricking people to like getting high, but there's another thing of making someone trip.
Some fucking acid.
God. That sounds like an actual nightmare.
Yeah.
That sounds like an actual nightmare.
There's definitely been scary movies written about it.
Gosh. Hell no.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anyone's planning a wedding, I'm planning a wedding. If I can just realize.
If anyone's planning a wedding.
If anyone's getting married, not me, but tell your guest that if you're gonna be lacing that shit.
Yeah, you don't want to end up with
lace that shit PCP.
Oh my gosh.
People are fucking like scratching.
Black tar heroin.
Fucking people just putting holes in their head, scratching, people just ripping their skin off.
Oh my gosh. It sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
I know. Yeah, Rick and Morty's got some great quotes. Great one-liners in. So, speaking of quotes, listen to a podcast for the OBX trip down there with the company. And I wrote down some quotes I just liked, so I thought I'd share with the gang here. One of the ones the first one that stuck out to me during the podcast, it was I'll give you a little backstory. This podcast is put on by Insight Global, and the guy that was getting interviewed by Insight Global was the basketball coach for Loyola. How do you say it? But
yeah, Loyola.
Loyola, yeah.
Loyola.
Head coach. And he talked about their basketball team and kind of how they function as a unit and stuff. Really good podcast, actually. And it's funny we're talking about a podcast within a podcast.
Podcastception.
Meta.
Zuckerberg's on something.
A podcast within a podcast. But pretty much he just talked about how his team functions and he develops these guys and like I don't know, he's a really good coach.
Uh-huh.
He really does care about each of his players and stuff off the court. But it's some of the things that just talking about his life. He said, "Smart people don't plan big moves out loud." I was like, I like that. I like that. Real G's moving silent.
No, I mean it sort of is.
I feel like I've heard that in a different way, but like I feel like I know like if I'm ever planning something big, if I start telling people about it, either people will say stuff in a certain way that talks me out of it, or like, and I'm not doing it or something. Like keeping things to yourself in the beginning if you're working on something,
yeah,
is good.
I think that there's like context to the quote that like I think people who listen to this would understand, but some people don't think about it. But like you just said, like you have to want to do it for yourself before you should really be like talking to other people about it, especially people who aren't like part of like a close-knit circle of like people that you could actually trust.
Yeah, you
shouldn't just be talking about like big moves with just anybody, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. People can talk you out of it or criticize it and stuff like that,
and like even like your closest like
100%. Yeah,
friends,
family can be one of the biggest critics and stuff like that. I mean, no, I 100% agree with it.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like
I mean, you
don't do it, and sometimes I feel like I do.
Well, I know you had done it before with the Get Hard. Remember, you kind of kept it to yourself for a while and stuff.
I never finished that though.
But you did it for a long time and stuff. You know, like, and I've done it before, like in the past with like working out and stuff. Because I feel like the more when I start like talking about like working out, like the less I go. But it's just more of like if I just keep it to myself. People, like, what'd you do today? Like I don't say I went to the gym. I just don't mention it. They're like, man, you gotta go to the gym. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like you're right, I should. And it's like not telling them.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to know. It's just me.
Well, it's also sort of interesting. I think, like especially this day and age, like not many people keep things to themselves anyway.
No. Well, social media. I mean, share everything.
It's a unique experience if you don't do it, and if you haven't done it, it like I don't know. It feels different. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, really good quote. I just liked. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
The next one was, anytime you grow, you are gonna lose something, or like lose something, physical, mental, emotional. Like you're losing something of you and gaining something else. Anytime you grow. I don't know. I thought it was just also a good one.
Yeah, I mean,
as well.
Sort of reminds me of like plants. They grow and like bottom leaves die, and they just keep going,
maturing and stuff like that. And plants actually a really good, I guess, analogy, or also another way to look at it too.
Yeah, and the garden is like Sarah and I are doing this summer class.
Yeah.
And she got a book that's like a gardening, basically.
Gardening for dummies?
No. It's like a kid's curriculum for gardening. For like
cool.
2nd to 6th grade or something.
Where'd she find that?
Online. It was like $30, or maybe it was like $35. But basically, it talks about how gardening relates to all the different subjects in school in terms of like math, science, language arts, this and that, for like all the sorts of different things.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it's interesting because like having done this, like been learning a lot about it, and also like sort of personal development and self-development over the last like since COVID, it's really cool to see the analogies and things that you get out of like gardening and things like that in terms of like, you know, making sure that you're doing things, you know, when no one's looking type of thing. Like you gotta stay on top of everything, otherwise everything's gonna die. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of discipline aspects. There's a lot of like trying to figure out what's obviously going to be best and whatnot, and just a lot of translations to life.
Yeah.
And good lessons to learn, and it's interesting.
Yeah. No, so, and I can't remember exactly what the podcast was, but it was, I don't know, it was just a really good one, and he had some good stuff to say, and the last thing he talked about was, what do you want to be remembered for? Was like kind of how he like summarized it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what he always asks his teammates, because he's like, I mean, let's be honest, guys. Like, maybe one of y'all will go to the NBA. Maybe one.
Yeah.
Maybe none.
Yeah.
So what do you want to be like remembered for, and what are you working towards and stuff? So I don't know. It's just like things I never think about.
Yeah.
On a day-to-day basis, really, or anything. Like, what do you want to be remembered for? So, yeah.
That's like, probably like, that's a tough one, I think, for me. Because, like, part of me is like, nothing. Like, I don't really care. But at the same time, like, part of me is like, no, definitely. Like,
well, a lot of
this,
people,
that, or...
like, because they asked this at the Compass.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like, being a good father. Like being a good husband and stuff like that, or, you know, being really successful at Inside Global, my job, being a, you know, super nice, you know, caring person and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
People, that's kind of like what a lot of people's like responses were.
Yeah.
Which I think they're all really good. I mean, we have about 6 family members at Inside Global, or, you know, moms or dads, and most of them were just being like, they all were just like, yeah, I just want to be a good mom, just want to be a good dad.
Yeah. No, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So, yeah, things to think about. Questions back to y'all. But so speaking of the kind of, I guess, gardening with you, you know,
yeah.
How's that been?
It's been good. So like, I'm trying to think what all has been going on, like, since we last talked, but basically I got my backyard into that, you know, 25 by 14 foot area with the compost and wood chips and whatnot, and planted some tomatoes that were growing inside for a while. I think I have 3 different types of cherry tomatoes, but I have at least 2 plants per. So I have 6 cherry tomato plants, and then I have I want to say 5 slicing tomato plants right now.
Okay.
Maybe 6. And then I have 1 tomato that was coming out of my compost turner. You know that black thing?
Yeah.
It was coming out the bottom, the end of it.
What?
So I pulled it out by its roots when it got big enough.
Yeah. I mean,
and then I put it in the dirt, and it never skipped a beat.
Nice.
It just kept going.
Hell yeah. That's funny.
We'll see what happens. And like last night, Sarah and I were in the backyard, and we mixed up 40 gallons of soil. We mixed our own, so a third compost, a third peat moss, a third perlite, which is aeration, and then some organic amendments. Mixed it all together and planted these raspberries that she got from Costco.
Cool.
They came in like a box with like soil already, and second year raspberries. So we'll see how those go.
Okay.
We did that, and then my cover crop. I planted the tomatoes where I had my cover crop. So I'm letting it all grow together, and I'll cut the cover crop down and let it mulch. But the thing that sort of sucks is, so in the last week, I'll go outside at night. I had 4, 8, 12, 16 lettuce plants. Small, like, I mean, if you're listening, probably no bigger around than if you made like a circle with your two hands.
Like a bagel.
Yeah, like
bagel size.
The biggest ones.
Yeah.
So go out at night, they're all there. Come out the next morning, 2 or 3 of them are missing, and it's like a finger length down in a hole. So like something's like coming up from the bottom and like inhaling these plants, the whole plant.
No
so I was
way.
like,
you don't think you don't think anything's pulling it?
No. So listen, that happened like on Tuesday or something. Like 2 of them. I'm like, okay, like whatever.
It's a movie.
Like a day or 2 later, 2 or 3 of them are gone again. 2 or 3 days later, like another one's gone.
You got a mole.
So I'm outside last night, and I'm just like, it's dark now. I don't usually go out past dark because usually I'm in bed. And I'm out there, and I just hear like what sounds like lettuce leaves like
crunching,
rubbing together, like almost like that waxy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly.
And I'm like watching a video on my phone, and I'm like, am I hearing this right? So I paused it, and I hear it going, and I look over there, and the lettuce plant is going like this.
No
and
way.
I was like, this motherfucker.
What was it?
So I walked over there. I think it's a mole because I literally picked the lettuce plant up and there's no roots. It's just like, imagine if I cut the lettuce plant and just had the head. So I looked at that and I went, man, fuck this. And I put it back in the hole. It was gone this morning, and so we're another plant.
What are you going to do?
It'll probably eat them all. I just need to...
You don't want to get a trap?
I mean, I could definitely do it, but I think that there's more moles than I can trap.
You don't think it's just one?
It might just be one.
I think it's just one guy.
But there's more everywhere. Like, they're not going to stop. I still have some in my backyard, like, for sure, no doubt. Like, I think I have more than one mole. Just by... My neighbors all have, like, the mole. It's just where we're at.
Yeah.
Right there.
I didn't think about that.
Brush and the power lines and all that. Like, all the neighbors on my street have mole problems. So, I mean, there's ways to deal with it. You can use, like, castor oil. I'm going to plant a bunch of, like, marigolds and flowers and things that they don't like as, like, a first step. Then I might use, if I want, like, some oils, whether it's, I don't know, if peppermint oil or something like that. But I'll find out what oils they don't like that are natural. I know castor oil, like I said, is one, but castor beans are considered poisonous, I think. So, anyway, but there's other things you can do.
Like a spike in the ground.
Yeah. So I just want to find out what's going to be the easiest way to not, I guess, hurt anything else. I don't care about the moles.
Yeah, mess with all your plants and stuff.
Yeah. And I like to look for like the simplest, most natural solution, I guess. So if that means just planting some flowers. I think the simplest, most natural solution that I'm not allowed to do is let our cats go outside.
I was going to say that probably the most natural solution is death, which would be the mole trap, which would put a spike right through it.
I was going to say, like,
but is Sarah going to allow this?
Well,
will Sarah allow the cats out?
No. Definitely not her cat, and her cat would be the one that would do the most damage.
Damn, she's got the killer.
Dude, he's a savage. He's wild. But
maybe go get a third cat.
No, if I get another cat, it'll be an outside only cat.
Yeah, get yourself a third cat. Get yourself a killer.
That or I might. Dude, she would freak out still. I don't think she'd let me. That or I'll take Stormy.
Dude, it'd be great for our garden. Imagine just like the Nighthawk walking over the garden, waiting for stuff, like protecting it, like of like moles, little mice.
There's so many rabbits and things.
Yeah.
The rabbits are eating my hairy vetch cover crop like to pieces. Yeah, no, I want like a cat.
Get the Mancoon.
I want the Mancoon.
Get the Mancoon.
I want like so massive.
Get the killer.
A miniature lion.
Yes.
But that's going good, and then I have 2 pretty large marijuana plants that need transplanting. So I'm getting in all the nutrients and minerals, and I have all the peat moss and perlite, and I need to get compost, and then I'll mix a bunch more soil into a 200-gallon pot, 3x3, and then a 3x6, 3 foot by 6 foot, and then a 3 foot by 3 foot bed. That I'll mix all that soil up in. I'll plant those 2 plants, the 2 marijuana plants, and then maybe 2 more if I want to have a few more plants.
Yeah.
For the summer. So I don't know. We'll see.
Damn. Hell yeah. That's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, I got all my other beds too. I have a bunch of tomatoes coming up from the tomatoes that were just in the ground. So, and spinach and things like that. So it's going.
I need to within probably the next couple of weeks buy something as well, like a planter or whatever, so I can grow like maybe 2 things or something out there. Like I said, I definitely want to do the tomatoes.
Yeah, I mean, I might be able to. I don't really necessarily need it. Like I can mix all the soil and bring you the 3x3.
Yeah, I just need to go buy like a little the clay pot or something like that, and fill that bitch up.
Yeah.
See how much I can grow with it. It'd be fun.
The bigger the pot, the better.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, so I'll go buy a big one of those. That'd be perfect.
Gotcha.
But yeah, for me, I don't know, like, I am 2 months away. Less than 2.
From getting married?
Yeah, from getting married. We're coming to the wire here.
I know. I need
we're
to
57.
I need to get my suit.
57. Yeah.
Whatever.
Just gotta get any men's warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're 57 days out. Crunch time.
Yeah?
Crunch time. Invites just got sent out.
Things stressful yet? No.
It's only stressful if you let it get stressful. That's what I learned in life is you only get happy of the things that you want to get happy at, and you only get mad at things you want to get mad at, and same for stress.
Yeah.
It's all up to you.
It's all up to you. It's all a mindset.
It's just a mindset. That's all it is. Oh, God. No, yeah. I'm glad I got the tuxes all done and stuff. I don't really know what next is for me. I'll have to talk to Grace to see what I need to do. But
it's
yeah.
so funny. There's like this whole wedding being planned, and you're just like
showing up.
What do I need?
We just did plan the ceremony though. We got that all straight.
Yeah.
That was the last thing. That actually was pretty stressful.
Oh, was it?
It's just dog. Like
it's only stressful if you let it get to you.
And I did let it get to me.
You showed a moment of weakness.
Yeah, I did. It was just stressful because I was with Kalana, and he was like, "All right, cool. Like wedding vows. Here's like 13, 15 like wedding vows that you can say to pick from." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then there were like another 15 of like for the ring like blessing thing of like I hear Benton like put this grace or to put this ring on you as a testament of my love. Like there's it's like so many different things. I was like, oh my God, I gotta pick all these.
Some people write their own.
Yeah, fuck that. Definitely not doing that. What up, guys? What up, bro?
Oh,
I'm glad we made it here.
what up, homie?
What up, homie?
Yeah.
You look great. For sure.
For sure.
But yeah, so nothing too much right now. Work is just hella busy right now. So I'm just trying to crank out as much as I can till the wedding. And then after that, take a little break for like 2 weeks or so, and then get back after that. So
Nice.
that's pretty much all I got. But I think that's probably about it. Wraps up for this week.
Yeah.
For the podcast. I'm trying to think though. We a little behind the second one.
So I haven't posted it yet, but it should be coming out right now. What's today? Friday. It should be out by tomorrow.
Nice.
So then this, I was thinking maybe next week, maybe on a weekday if we shot another one early in the week next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then have that, and then be back on a weekly.
All right, solid. But yeah, that wraps it up for this week's podcast, guys. Really glad you all could tune in.
Heck yeah.
We'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.